Your pitch book is 247 pages. The ink is still wet. The flight leaves in 2 hours. You are 24 years old. The CEO you are flying to meet runs an $18 billion company and has approved 43 minutes on his calendar to hear why your bank, not one of the 7 others that pitched this week, should sell his company for $22 billion. You have not slept in 40 hours. This is investment banking, the last true apprenticeship on Wall Street. If you're enjoying this content, a sub goes a long way. All right, back to it. Level 1, the analyst. You are 22 years old. Summa cum laude, Wharton or Stern or Michigan Ross. Your offer came in August of your junior year. You took it without negotiating. Base salary is on $10,000. Signing bonus, $15,000. First year all in with bonus, $175,000. The number is real and it is also the price they have paid. For your next 90 hours a week for the next 3 years, your desk is on the 30th floor of a building in Midtown Manhattan. Your monitor is dual stacked. Your chair is ergonomic. You will never get to use any of it for more than 6 hours before your next model is due. You are an M&A coverage, healthcare team, reporting to 4 associates and 2 vice presidents. You do not know any of their kids' names, but you know their seamless order preferences. Your job is not strategy. Your job is pitch books. A pitch book is a 40 to 120 page PowerPoint document. It contains comparable company analysis, precedent transactions, DCF valuations, accretion dilution modeling, and 14 versions of the same football field chart, rendered to pixel-perfect precision. You will build 340 of these in your first year. 70 will go live for actual client meetings. The rest will die in a VP's inbox on a Sunday night. You learn the language without being taught. Pitchbook comments come back as red marks on printed pages, slid onto your desk at 11:47 p.m. Tighten the margin on slide 17, page 42. Put the EV to EBITDA multiple to 1 decimal. Flip the color on this bar to our house blue, not PowerPoint blue. You learn the difference between Calibri and Gotham. You learn that a single misaligned pixel on slide 63 costs you a Saturday morning. The hours are not a metaphor. You arrive at 9 a.m. You leave at 2:30 a.m. You Uber home in the dark. You eat a $58 seamless dinner at your desk that the bank pays for because it is after 8 p.m. And you are still working. You come in Saturday. You come in Sunday morning for half a day. You sleep 32 hours a week, distributed unevenly. Your girlfriend from college does not understand why you cannot answer a text for 6 hours. You do not understand either. You are 22 and you have forgotten how to be tired. 3 months in, at 1:43 a.m. on a Tuesday, you are in the bathroom stall on the 29th floor crying. You are not crying because the work is hard. You are crying because you just spent 11 hours on a pitch book that got killed by a VP you have never met, in a meeting you did not attend, for a client that the partner now thinks is not worth pursuing. The 11 hours are gone. Nobody will say thank you. You wipe your face. You go back to your desk. You open the next pitch book. You are learning something without a name for it yet. Not modeling, not Excel, endurance. You are learning that you can lose 12 consecutive battles and still show up for the 13th. You are learning that the people above you are not hazing you. They are finding out if you will break. They already have. Your first live deal comes in month 7. It is a $2.3 billion acquisition. You build the fully integrated merger model. You redo it 9 times as new data comes in. You are in the data room at midnight, reviewing 400 pages of contracts. The deal closes on a Thursday at 6:47 a.m. After a marathon overnight session, your name is not on any of the legal documents. Your name is not in the press release. But the VP turns to you in the conference room and says, "Good work," 2 words. You file those 2 words under a category you have no name for yet. It is not pride exactly. It is evidence. Evidence that you belong. The bonus comes in January. $85,000 paid in a single lump sum, wired on a Tuesday at 11 a.m. You stare at the number on your phone for 4 minutes. You were making $19 an hour as an intern the summer before. You do not know anyone outside of banking, making $175,000 at 23. You tell your father. He is silent for long enough that you ask if he is still there. He is. He just does not have words. You do not celebrate. You go back to your desk. There's a pitch book due on Friday. Level 2, the associate. You are 26 years old. 3 years after the analyst years, promoted directly without an MBA. Because you were top bucket and they wanted to keep you, your base is $175,000. Signing bonus for the promotion, $50,000. Total first-year compensation as an associate, $400,000. The number has stopped feeling abstract. It has started feeling like a salary. Your job changes. You are no longer the one crying in the bathroom at 1:43 a.m. You are the one emailing the analyst at 1:43 a.m. with comments on slide 17. You do not mean to become that person. You become that person anyway. The analyst is 22. You were 22 3 years ago. You extend grace in small ways. You try not to send comments past 11 p.m. unless the deadline is real. You respond to questions in fewer than 40 minutes. You remember the analyst's name. But the system does not extend grace. Work flows downhill. The deadline is always real. You are running processes now, not just a pitch book. A live M&A process, sell side. For a mid-market healthcare company, your VP is covering. You build the buyer list. 23 names, 7 strategics, 16 financial sponsors. You draft the CM. The confidential information memorandum is 68 pages, and you write 41 of them from scratch. You run the process timeline. You manage the virtual data room. You attend every management meeting, taking notes that nobody asked for, but that the VP now references at 6:00 a.m. the next morning. You learn that the job is not analysis. The job is project management dressed as analysis. Every deal is a 400-task Gantt chart, pretending to be an intellectual exercise. You are not paid to think about strategy. You are paid to make sure the printer works at 3:00 a.m. For the 14 binders going to the CEO's office at 8 a.m., you are paid to notice that the footnote on slide 43 contradicts the footnote on slide 51 before anyone external sees it. You are paid to be the last set of eyes before the document leaves the firm. You are in management meetings now. You sit across from a CEO who is 54 and has been running the company for 11 years. He does not speak to you. He speaks to the partner who is 2 seats over, but you are in the room. You are seeing how a man who runs a $2.8 billion company talks when the numbers are bad. You are learning that he is not strategic, he is tired. He has been doing this for 11 years, and he wants someone to take the problem off his plate. The process runs for 7 months. 3 bidders remain at the final round. 2 are private equity firms, 1 is a strategic. The auction closes on a Tuesday at 5 p.m. The strategic wins at $2.1 billion, a 34% premium to undisturbed price. The bank's fee is $21 million. Your portion of credit on that deal, in terms of league table positioning, is approximately 0. Your portion in terms of work product is approximately 40%. Your portion of compensation impact is more than 0, and less than what you expected. The year-end review comes in January. Top bucket again, bonus $280,000. Total compensation for the year, $455,000. You have now earned, over 4 years out of college, more than your father earned in the last 15 years combined. You do not tell him this number. You do not know how. A recruiter calls you in February. Private equity. A mid-market fund, $3.2 billion under management. They are building a deal team. The offer would be $225,000 base plus carried interest. You tell her you will think about it. You do not take it. You tell the VP 3 weeks later. He nods once and says, "Smart, you're close to something here." He does not elaborate. You do not ask. Something has shifted. You are no longer afraid of the work. You are starting to be afraid of something else. Something you cannot name yet. You look at the VP, who is 33, and he has been divorced for 2 years. And his son lives in Connecticut with his mother, and he has not taken a vacation longer than 3 days since 2019. You are starting to wonder if the path you are on produces the life you want, or the life the path wants. You do not sleep well for a week after the recruiter calls. You go back to work anyway. Level 3, the vice president. You are 29 years old, promoted from associate after 3 years. Your base is $275,000. Bonus last year, $425,000. Total comp, $700,000. You have bought an apartment. You have a doorman. Your father visited and spent 4 minutes in the lobby, asking if you were sure you could afford this. The work changes again. You are no longer project managing the deal. You are representing the bank. You are sitting across from the CFO of a $6 billion industrial company for an hour-long meeting, and the partner is not in the room. He is in Tokyo. The next plane back lands Thursday. You are it. You have to pitch work. You have to originate. The partner used to feed you deals. Now the partner expects you to bring ideas to him. You are supposed to be reading 10Ks, reading earnings transcripts, watching league tables, noticing that a competitor just bought a company. That looks like a precedent for something your client should do. You are supposed to think like an investor now, not a banker. The people above you spend 70% of their time selling. You are learning what that feels like, one lost pitch at a time. You pitch a spin-off idea to a $14 billion industrial company. The CFO takes the meeting, 60 minutes. You present with your MD. 2 days later, the CFO's chief of staff calls your MD and says the CEO passed. You ask the MD what you could have done differently. The MD says nothing. They just said no. It happens. You do not believe him. You spend a weekend going through your deck, line by line, trying to find the sentence that killed the idea. You do not find it. The pitch was fine. The timing was wrong. You learn that a large portion of this job is losing pitches that were actually fine. You lead your first live deal as the senior banker on the deal team, an $890 million sell-side mandate for a family-owned specialty chemicals business in Houston. The founder is 71 years old, built the company over 40 years, wants to sell to a strategic so his sons do not have to run it. You handle him personally. You fly to Houston 4 times. He tells you about his second marriage, his first heart attack, the time in 1997 when he almost went bankrupt and did not sleep for a week. You listen. You realize that the job is not about M&A. The job is about being in the room. When a man decides what his life's work is worth, the deal closes at $102 billion. Your bank earns $9 million in fees. The MD takes you and the analyst out for dinner at a steakhouse, 3 bottles of wine. The MD pays with the firm card. He tells you in the middle of the second bottle that you are going to make MD. You believe him. You also do not believe him. Both things are true. Your fiance asks you that night whether you still enjoy the work. You say yes. She asks why your answer took so long. You do not have a good answer. You pour her more wine. You do not sleep well that night either. You are 30 years old now, and you have forgotten slowly and then all at once what a weekend is. Saturday is a day you work from home in pajamas. Sunday is a day the analyst sends you a model at 7:43 p.m. and you review it in bed. You no longer feel guilt about it. The guilt has been replaced by something quieter. You tell yourself this is the price of the thing you are becoming. You do not let yourself ask what the thing is. The first time you realize you have stopped being the person you used to be is on a Wednesday in June. You are in a conference room on the 41st floor, reviewing the final bid package with the analyst. He has been on the deal for 4 months. He has not slept in 31 hours. He has made a formatting error on slide 58. The footnote on slide 58 references the wrong financial statement. You open your mouth to ask him how he missed it. You close it, you fix the slide yourself. You send him home at 7:15 p.m. You stay until 2:30 a.m. finishing the deck. You do not tell him the next morning that you caught it. You do not need to. He sees the slide is different. He understands. You understand what you just became. If you've made it this far, you're exactly who this channel is for. A subscribe helps me keep making these. No pressure, but I'd appreciate it. Level 4, the director. You are 33 years old. Executive director at a bulge bracket, or principal at a boutique. Different title, same seat. Base $350,000, last year's bonus $750,000. Total compensation, $1.1 million. This is the first year you crossed 7 figures. Your mother called you after she saw the tax statement and asked if everything was all right. Everything is all right, everything is not all right. Both things are true. You are an originator now. You are expected to bring in fees. The firm does not tell you a number. The firm tells you that you are getting to the number, and that the number will be discussed at the MD promotion conversation in 18 months. You do the math, add a 90% haircut to your salary line. Your expected contribution is somewhere around $25 million in annual fees. By the time you are an MD, you are at $11 million. You have a year and a half. You are on the road 40% of the time. Dallas, Houston, Charlotte, Minneapolis, Atlanta. You are taking CFOs to breakfast. You are taking CEOs to dinner. You are getting on a flight back to New York at 9:40 p.m. and landing at 1:15 a.m. And you are in the office at 7:30 a.m. the next morning for an internal pipeline meeting. You do this for 8 weeks straight in the fall. You have stopped meaningfully participating in your own life. Your fiance is now your wife. She moved the wedding twice around your deal calendar. You have missed her mother's birthday twice. You have missed the funeral of a college friend who died of a brain tumor at 31 because the deal was in closing. You sent flowers. You wrote a card. You did not fly. The hardest client of your career is a private equity-backed distributor in Atlanta that you have been courting for 2 years. You know their CEO. You know their CFO. You know the operating partner at the sponsor. You have taken them all to 4 separate meals. They are about to sell. The mandate is worth $14 million to your bank. A senior partner at a competitor, an MD you have never met, flies down to Atlanta on a Thursday, has coffee with the CEO for 40 minutes, and wins the mandate. You find out on Monday by reading the press release. You go for a walk. You do not walk for 20 minutes. You walk for 3.5 hours. You walk from Midtown to the water and along the Hudson, and you do not answer your phone. And you think about quitting. You call your wife. You tell her you might be done. She says, "Are you?" You say, "I do not know." She says, "Okay." You walk another 40 minutes. You go home. You come back to work Tuesday morning. You did not quit. Nobody at work knows any of this happened. The MD review comes in March. You do not get it. The partner tells you 1 more year. He uses the phrase, "This is not a no. This is a not yet." You nod. You say you understand. You go back to your office and you close the door. And you do not cry, but you sit for a long time in silence. You file the conversation under the same category as every previous meeting that did not go your way. It is a growing category. You have no name for it still. Level 5, the managing director. You are 36 years old. You got it 1 year later than you expected, which means you got it 10 years ahead of most. Your base is $500,000. Your bonus is a function of the fees you personally bring in. Good year, $6 million higher. Great year, $12 million. Bad year, you are renegotiating your contract in the spring. You eat what you kill. The firm provides the brand, the balance sheet, the back office, the junior team. You provide the relationships. If your relationships produce $40 million in fees this year, you make $6 million. If they produce $20 million, you make $2.5 million. If they produce $4 million for 3 years in a row, you are not at this firm anymore. Your calendar is not yours. You have 2 schedulers. They share a spreadsheet you cannot edit. Mondays are pipeline meetings. Tuesdays are client calls. Wednesdays you fly. Thursdays are the second city. Fridays you fly home. Saturday morning is the golf round. With the CEO, you are courting. Sunday is your son's soccer game, if the travel cooperated. It does not always cooperate. You hit your number in year 1. $42 million in personal origination credit. Your bonus is $8.4 million. You buy a house in Greenwich. Your wife cries when you tell her. She has been waiting for this number for 6 years. You do not cry. You stand in the bathroom at the closing dinner, with the door locked, staring at your face in the mirror, and you try to feel the thing you are supposed to feel. You cannot find it. You cannot find anything. You have traded 9 years of Saturdays for this number. The number is real. The number is also not the thing. Your best client, the CFO of a $14 billion consumer products company, calls you at 11:47 p.m. on a Thursday in October. He has been offered the CEO job at a larger company. He needs advice, not M&A advice, life advice. He is 52. He is tired. His wife does not want him to take it. He calls you because you are the only person in his life who is both smart enough and uninvolved enough to tell him the truth. You talk for an hour and 17 minutes. You tell him to take the job. He does not take the job. He sends you a case of Bordeaux the next week. You realize that the job you actually do is not investment banking. The job you actually do is being the person senior executives call at 11:47 p.m. when they cannot call anyone else. The M&A is the pretext. The pretext is where the fees come from. The relationship is where the life goes. You spend 3 weeks in November, flying between 6 cities. You sleep in 4 different hotels. You forget which city you were in twice, both times in the elevator on the way to a breakfast meeting. Your son is 7 years old now. He draws a picture in October of his family at the dinner table. 4 figures at the table. A dog. An empty chair at the head with a laptop on it. His mother shows you the drawing on a Sunday night. When you are home, you look at it for a long time. You do not say anything. She does not say anything. You put the drawing in a drawer in your desk the next morning, and you do not take it out again. Level 6, the partner. You are 41 years old, group head of M&A healthcare at your firm. Your compensation is no longer a number. It is a formula involving the group's fees, your personal fees, the firm's partnership points, and a deferred equity component that vests over 5 years. Good year, $15 million. Great year, $28 million. Bad year, $7 million. You are running a team of 52 people, 8 MDs, 12 VPs, 18 associates, 14 analysts. You are deciding bonuses. You are deciding who gets fired. You are deciding who becomes MD next. You are handling the partners above you, who want you to grow the group's revenue by 20% this year. You are handling the partners below you, who want more credit and bigger bonuses. You are handling your clients, who want fewer meetings but better ideas. You do almost no modeling. You do almost no pitchbook work. You do almost no late nights. You do the hardest conversations. You tell a VP that he is not getting MD, and he needs to look elsewhere. You tell a client that his strategic acquirer is bluffing, and he should accept the lower bid. You tell your partners that the junior you fired for billing inflation deserved more warning than the firm gave him. You tell your wife that you are coming home tomorrow, not tonight. The architecture is the job now. The deals happen because the machine is built. The machine is the retention of good juniors, the quality of pitch books the associate delivers without being told. The reputation the firm has at the board level. You are not building M&A. You are building the thing that builds M&A. The distinction took you 20 years to see. Your old analyst class reunion is in September. Out of 24 people who started in your year, 4 are still in banking, 6 are in private equity. 8 are in corporate development or strategy roles at operating companies. 4 are out of finance entirely. 2 have not responded to the group email. The 4 still in banking are all MDs or partners. The rest are not unhappy. None of them are as rich. Some of them are happier. You cannot tell, looking around the table, which set you belong in. You go back to work Monday. You do not answer this question. You do not need to. The final turn. There is someone every MD in your group depends on who has never appeared in any of these levels. His name is Daniel. He is 34 years old. He is the chief of staff to the CEO of a 38 billion consumer products company. His title is simply chief of staff. His salary is $625,000. His office is a small windowless room, adjacent to the CEO's corner suite. He arrives at 6:15 a.m. He leaves at 8 p.m. He does not have a deal team. He does not have a P&L. He does not have a book. He has the CEO's calendar. Every MD at every bulge bracket and boutique firm in New York wants 40 minutes with his CEO. 40 minutes is how a bank wins a relationship. 40 minutes is how a mandate gets discussed. 40 minutes is the difference between a $30 million fee and a pitch book that dies on a Sunday night in a VP's inbox. Every MD has a standing request in for 40 minutes. Daniel decides which ones happen. He is not hostile, he is systematic. He is a former Goldman associate who left banking at 29 because he did not want his children to have the childhood he had. He knows exactly who you are. He knows exactly what you want. He knows exactly which of the 12 MDs currently asking for a meeting has the best idea, the best relationship, and the best track record with his CEO's peers. He triages them in his head the same way. You triage incoming buy-side bids. 3 get meetings. 9 get the CEO sends his regards and will be in touch. Your MD has been trying to reach Daniel's CEO for 2 years. 11 ideas, 9 pitch books, 4 dinners with the CEO's direct reports. He has never gotten the 40 minutes. The competitor bank that won the $14 million mandate 2 years ago won it because their MD had been in the wedding of Daniel's college roommate. Daniel had forwarded that email to his CEO personally. 6 weeks later, the mandate was signed. Daniel does not do M&A. Daniel does not underwrite. Daniel does not price. Daniel decides which banker gets the meeting. Without Daniel and the 42 people like him, at the 42 largest Fortune 500 companies, most of the M&A activity on Wall Street either does not happen or happens between banks. The CEOs already know, regardless of ideas. The industry has convinced itself that relationships are built at dinners. They are not. They are built in a windowless office on the 34th floor of a building in Midtown by a man who decides who gets to sit across the desk from the person you are trying to reach. You have met Daniel once. You did not know who he was at the time. You did not know his name. Your MD has never met him. Your MD will never meet him. His leverage over the industry is total and completely invisible. His name does not appear in any league table. He is a footnote, at best, in the CEO's org chart. He is the filter through which your decade of work has to pass before it can become a fee. Right now, somewhere in a student center, at Wharton or Stern or Michigan Ross, a 21-year-old junior is preparing for his summer analyst interview at Goldman Sachs. His resume is 1.2 pages. His GPA is 3.9. He has memorized 14 technical questions, 9 behavioral questions, and the names of the 7 most recent healthcare M&A deals his target group has advised on. He does not know yet that the offer will come 3 weeks later. He does not know that his first pitch book will go live in August on a deal that will die in a VP's inbox on a Sunday night in October. He does not know that he will cry in a bathroom stall at 1:43 a.m. on a Tuesday in his 7th month. He does not know that he will come back the next morning. He does not know that Daniel exists. He knows only that the interview is in 7 days, that the offer is the goal, that if he hits the number, everything after will make sense. The system runs, the pitch books get built, the deals get signed, the machine does not stop. It just recruits new analysts.